like it, and it's always just like, wow, that I like to go against the grain a little bit, and I just feel like it's cleansing.
Yeah.
It is such a cleansing experience.
That's not going against the grain. It's giving us a different lens.
A different lens. Absolutely.
Different lens.
Think of it, and I like you walk outside in the rain, you let the rain fall down on you, it cleanses, and cleansing your energy is an important thing. It's an important part of all of this.
Speaking of energy, Soul Aligned Reiki, how is that different from traditional Reiki healing? Because I know there's a difference.
There is. So, traditional Reiki healing is, it's very straightforward. It's the transference of this energy, of this divine energy source, usually through the hands. I incorporate many different modalities. I love sound healing.
No, me too.
I'm all about it. So I bring sound bowls into it. I bring
I have 4 of the 7.
Oh, I actually have 5 of the 7 right now. Listen, I'll be honest. Some of them have broken, not by me. People in my space, touching my stuff, clinked 2 of them together and they cracked. So I had to bury them and give them back to the earth and thank them for how they've served me. And I'm open to receiving the new ones. Yeah. But I incorporate sound healing. I incorporate crystals and guided meditation. And I also help to really, it's deep and powerful to the extent where people have such powerful shifts that there are times when I have to be in touch with them afterwards. Be like, don't go to the hospital. Everything's okay.
Yeah. Well, because the shifts are real and they're huge.
And not everyone knows and not everyone's ready for that. Yeah. And that's why it's important to be connected. There's, the messages, there's the guiding and the healing that comes through with it. I also give some coaching in with it too, because you need to have the tools.
Yes. Yeah, without a doubt. So how long is a session and how can somebody reach out to you?
Thanks for asking. So sessions, I do 60 and 90-minute sessions. You can find me on my website at soulalignedwarrior.com, Soul Aligned Warrior, and on Instagram and, all of the social medias.
And I'll have all that information associated with this radio show. So.
Yeah. I also have a link tree, which sometimes is a little bit easier for people. It's like linktr.ee. And guess what? / Soul Aligned Warrior. Very, very consistent with the branding.
That's good. That makes me happy. Now I don't have to slap you now.
Right?
Because you know how I feel about, really strong foundational building.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love that. And if it's your first time doing healing, what do you suggest? 60, 90?
Oh, I'd say
because it's exhausting.
Honestly, the first session's usually longer. Even if we try a 60, there's a lot of communication that happens before and after a session.
Which is very different about you than other healers.
Yeah.
Is that you give full service. And I don't mean, it sounds like I'm sucking up to you. I'm not.
I love you.
But it's so true though. It's so very different is that you do different modalities based on what your client needs who's in the room with you. And you feel that to your depths.
Oh yeah. I'm an empath. I can feel the energy. There's times where I'm literally doing things and I'm like, my back is hurting. And I have to say, this isn't me. This is me feeling that energy. We're in each other's energy and I can feel that and help to create that shift.
Yep.
And, it helps me to identify things
and
sometimes.
And the coolest thing about us being empaths, because I am one too, everybody is an empath at a certain level.
Yes.
We've just worked on being empaths and we've recognized it. I mean, it used to kill me because I would feel these feelings and don't know why, because I was perfectly happy the minute before, but all of a sudden I was like feeling somebody else's situation. So that darkness and how I explain empathic is, and everybody's felt it. Have you ever been in a room and somebody walks in and suddenly the energy gets sucked out of that room?
I say the same thing.
That's you being empathic and going, what the heck? Because there's a shift in energy, an obvious shift in energy. And then all of a sudden you're feeling icky and you just want to get out of that room.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I say the same thing. Anytime people are like, well, what's this? And I'm like, you felt it before. You've walked in a room and you've been like, or even just, you're not even in the room. You walk in and you're like, what is happening here? There's something. You can sense it.
When I was looking for my house years and years and years ago, I'll never forget, I walked up to this one door and I went, nope. And I wouldn't even walk in. The real estate person said, don't you want to go in? And I'm like, no.
Don't have to.
No, don't have to. It was like black, 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 black. It was just, it felt like a big blackness and it was heavy.
Heavy. I knew you were going to say heavy.
It was just really rough. And I was like, no, I'm not going in there. That's nope. You can go in, but I'm not.
It's not even worth my time. Exactly.
Right, exactly. Because I know it's not going to be good. Can someone cleanse their own energy?
Absolutely.
How do they do that?
There's so many different ways. So
they come see you and you teach them.
Come see me. I could teach you. Absolutely. There's also, all different approaches to it. Yeah. Like I said, I do sound. I use sound to help cleanse your energy. And many people are familiar with that. If you've ever turned on the radio, you've heard a song come on, it can help to shift your energy. You're trying to get pumped up and motivated. What do people do? What do athletes do when they're trying to get motivated? There's music playing.
And they have them on their headsets and stuff like that. Also, little hints, if you want to hear from the universe, when you turn on your radio, listen to what the song happens to be that's on. It's usually an indicator of some message that you're
What's
supposed
going
to
on?
Yeah. Right? Don't you find that?
1,000%. And I also talk about people with that. I feel like just so many things we are so connected with. But whenever people are talking about intuition, they're like, I don't know if I have any intuition. I'm like, have you ever had a song in your head and then you turn it on and it's on the radio?
Yeah.
That is an indicator of you being connected, your intuition, your that greater connection and that knowing that just happens.
How about ever think of someone, all of a sudden you get this like thought of someone you haven't thought of in a long time, and all of a sudden the phone rings or they text you and you're like, what the heck? Intuition. That's where we're all connected. We're all connected. Everything is vibrational around us. The walls, the floors, the trees, the plants, us. We're all vibrating. It depends on where we're vibrating at. That's why, some of us are a little bit more awake. And so we vibrate a little bit higher and faster, and we talk faster too, as you can see.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm like, I'm going to talk slower. No chance of that happening.
Oh, please.
But it's actually, there's laws of physics that come behind this, the law of resonance, the law of entrainment. There's been evidence, there's been research. That's why I say a science-backed approach, because there is evidence that shows that these things are real and measurable. We've all had those people that you're around that when you're around them, you just feel good. You feel better. All of this just by being in their energy.
That's what happened.
I know for us.
We were like, it was how many? It was a number of years that we hadn't seen each other.
Like 3 years, easily.
And I was just like, boom. It was like instantaneous again. And I was like, oh yes, we're supposed to be together. We were supposed to, like, what were the odds that we were there on that day where we saw each other at that time? It was so meant to be. And it was just like, yes.
Literally my first time going there. It was just, everything about it was so kismet.
My appointment had to be shifted.
How amazing is that?
I mean,
I think I came like a little late or something too. Like, I don't know. There was something there. It was just the stars aligned and the universe made sure that we were there together at the same time.
And getting washed in the sink at the same time where we were chatting with each other.
I know.
It was so funny. It's so funny. But I'm so glad that you're back.
Thank you.
And that we'll be able to work with each other and work together with our clients and things like that. Again, soulalignedworrier.com. All the information will be associated with the show. So just really click on it and reach out to Kaitlyn, because seriously, if you've never had an experience having Reiki and having that energy moved, it's very different. It's not invasive whatsoever. And the things you learn about yourself is so amazing and beautiful. And all the value you give, it's just so beautiful that you'll walk away feeling very different, empowered, and you'll feel the shifts. Don't be surprised if there will be people who no longer serve you quietly drifting away from you. And that leaves space to allow the people who are supposed to be next to you to drift in towards you. So baby. I love it. What's your why? Why do you do what you do, my love? So well. You're just such a positive.
Thank you.
You're sincere about it. There are people out here who do this stuff, blah, 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 and they're not sincere. You are like dripping. Every cell of you is dripping love, dripping energy, dripping wanting to help other people.
Absolutely. So it started when I was young. I always wanted to do something in a helping profession. I always wanted to help people. And as I went through my own hard space in life, I realized that I want to make sure that people don't ever, I'm one of those people that I don't ever want anyone to go through the things I went through.
Yes, me too.
You know how there's like there's two different types of people who will be like, oh, well, I had a hard life. So you should too.
That's right.
I am the opposite. I'm like, I had a hard life. So I hope no one ever has to. I will be the one to take this pain so that everyone else can be okay.
Yeah. I say, I'll stand in the arena and I'll take the shots.
Yeah.
As long as the people sitting there take the opportunity that is created from me taking the shots I had. And that's why we were sent in so strong.
Absolutely.
So that we can take the shots. It's not that we enjoy it, but we're willing to do that as long as the people take the opportunity to be the best that they can be, to be able to grow, to be able to see that light, to be able to understand that there are people out there who really sincerely want to help them. And that's you. So, but what's your why?
So it was like I said, I wanted to help others. But when I had my children, of course, it shifted into, I want to make sure that my children and these next generations can be better. They can understand that they're in charge. They're in charge of their minds, of their bodies. They can take charge of what their future looks like and make it a better world. I want to create impact. I want to raise the vibration of the planet. I want to raise the vibration of the world and have everyone be, better and happier. Yes. I think everyone should be attuned, to Reiki. Everyone should be doing all of these things. Reiki is like I call it a massage for the soul, because that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
And everyone should be doing this, getting this, feeling this, having this.
And just think about what you're doing with those 3 beautiful girls that you have, is that you as a role model of what you do and going out in the world and being the strong woman that you are and showing them that, yes, I can do this, and showing them that anything is possible is such a gift, not only to them, but to the world, because the future world, these are our future leaders, will be able to see, and they just see this. This becomes part of their DNA, whereas it was more learned for us because they used to call me a witch back in the 70s.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the 70s, don't do math. Because I was doing herbs and aromatherapy and all these things because it was just resonating in me, and I had to keep it quiet. And now it's like a thing. So I'm glad it's a thing.
I know. And my children are spreading this also.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They spread the word with their friends, so it's creating an impact on multiple levels.
Absolutely. I want to have you back. Oh my gosh. Kaitlyn Rizza, Soul Aligned Warrior. Please go see her at her website, soulalignedwarrior.com. Thank you all for joining us today at Healthy Lifestyle with Lorianne. I hope we earned the privilege of your time. I want to thank our guest today, Kaitlyn Rizza. And I hope that we see you next Saturday, same place, same bat channel. Until next time, I am Lorianne Casdia. Play a higher role, serve a higher purpose, show up for you, and show up big. Make it a great day. Have a really good one. Bye, everyone. Thank you.